Let's look at top-line talent. Let's look at the critical goals that top-line talent lays out for you. Number one is gaining confidence. Dr. Petrotta just said it took him a year to get the appointment. You have to have emotional resilience. And what is that emotional resilience connected to? It's connected to self-confidence. So the first module in top-line talent is all about understanding your natural core strengths so you can learn to leverage those strengths in the selling dynamic. Confidence. That is the most important thing that a salesperson can have in order to handle the emotional resilience that you're going to have. We believe that confidence is gained best through understanding your natural core strengths. It's interesting, we were in Delhi and Mumbai the third quarter of last year, and we plan to come back in the second quarter of this year. And we talked to so many top CEOs, top executives, and they said one of the things that we want to do better is get off of price. In other words, how do we offer our clients something more than just a better price? People are too price sensitive. And that's the same thing that we have found out in America, that there's going to be two kinds of companies. One that are commoditized, the second are strategic partners. So the module 2 of top-line talent is all about how you can become a strategic partner to your client and never a commodity. You become a strategic partner by offering a value beyond what is just on paper, that you connect with your client in a way that he or she turns to you as a trusted business advisor. The last thing we want to do with top-line talent is collapse time. Are you better than you were 10 years ago? Of course you are. But does it take 10 years of growth in order to develop yourself to that extent? No, it really doesn't. What we have found out with top-line talent, we can collapse time. You're going to mature and grow and develop over the next 3 to 4 months if you take top-line talent than you would have naturally grown over the next 10 years. How does it work? We have it's a 4-month program, 28 lessons through multiple modalities. What we have found out is people learn best over a 3 to 4 month period. We've looked at the brain science of how people acquire new skills. And they don't acquire it through a 1 or 2 day seminar. They acquire it over 3 to 4 months, about 2 hours a week, with practice in between. If you're going to burn new neural pathways, which is essentially what learning is, and what Dr. Petrotta talked about, you have to have the diligence and the commitment to study for about 3 to 4 months. So top-line talent is laid out, 1 module per month for 3 months. And that's the way you're truly going to grow, you're truly going to change, and you're truly going to transform your behavior. Let's look at, very quickly, Module 1. What do we have in Module 1? Personality types, gaining confidence through understanding your natural core strength. Module 2 is all about how to establish emotional resonance, how to develop trust, and advanced listening skills. One of the things I guarantee you Dr. Petrotta did was listen to your Prime Minister very carefully and understand her goals, her vision, and where she wanted to take India. Listening skills are so vitally important because without listening, you cannot add strategic value. Finally, habits and practices of the top 7%. A lot of salespeople need better discipline, organization, better processes, and Module 3 is all about that. Module 4, that's just for sales leaders. We want you to become great coaches. We believe that great sales leaders are great coaches, and Module 4 is all about how you can develop your coaching ability using the top-line talent principles. Additionally, we have customized seminars. We're going to speak to a couple of folks that are using top-line talent now. We will customize a seminar and customize a webinar just for you, so you'll totally understand how to get the most out of top-line talent. How does top-line talent work most effectively? Through leadership. We're going to have somebody from TVS on, and TVS Logistics is doing an outstanding job with top-line talent. And it's because of manager involvement. The manager has to take the course right alongside the salespeople, right along in the trenches with them. We have found that the best way to do it is to have the sales team meet once a week, either by phone or in person, and to go through the program at once. There has to be discipline and organization and accountability. Why don't we, I will say this, we can visit your website at toplinetalent.com. We have a 14-minute test drive that explains the entire process of Top Line Talent. If you want to find out more, visit us at toplinetalent.com, look at the 14-minute test drive, or you can certainly email us, and we're happy to develop any kind of relationship that you would like to have. Can we move on now, and we can think about bringing in Mr. Rajan from, he's the general manager of sales and marketing at TVS Dynamic. And Mr. Rajan has done an outstanding job of working top-line talent through his salespeople. TVS Dynamic Freight Services, in case you don't know, is one of the top logistics and supply chain management companies in the world. Mr. Rajan graduated from Delhi University with a Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science. So if Mr. Rajan, if he's around, could we have him typed in?
Yep. Good evening to Mr. George
there he is
and
there.
Sam Pitroda.
Oh.
I'm Rajan, head BD in TVS Dynamic for last 6 years. TVS Dynamic is the freight forwarding arm of TVS Logistics. TVS Logistics is about 4,000 crore company with own facilities in freight forwarding, warehousing, distribution, value-added services across the globe. We have our own presence in USA, Europe, Asia, China, Australia, and we are headquartered in India. We have established our sales teams on a pan-India basis who are stabilized and well established. At TVS, I think we look at constant development and improving skills of our people. We wanted to improve our sales and BD team's capability to add strategic customers, which is the goal of top-line management. We believe in adding value to the customers and their business. So in this context, we read about the program by George Watts and endorsed by Mr. Sam Pitroda. Top-line talent we found was not the regular sales program, but is the program that goes deeper understanding of customers and owns own self. We initially rolled this out to our top 25 salespeople simultaneously in India who were logging in at a standard time which was allotted to them. Since we are all located in different offices across India, the online version worked very well for us. We have found in the last couple of months the confidence level in our sales guys have increased tremendously. They have understood their strength and working on their bringing focus, understanding customers and their personal strengths. We are looking forward to expanding this program further, and the teaching has been very simple, totally aligned to our industry and our line of business. So we are very happy and we are feeling the results slowly and steadily after participating in this top-line management. And George has been really making conference calls and showing us the right direction, how to approach this and giving us clarification on this. And we are really glad that we are associated with George and top-line management. Back to Chicago, sir.
An outstanding job of implementing top-line talent, and I'm going to have the pleasure of addressing your entire company on the 18th to kick off your sales meeting. So I do appreciate that. Is Mr. Arun Singh on? I want to talk about Arun. He's a special friend of mine and a friend of Dr. Petroda's. Arun Singh is a very senior managing director and a global lead for the world's largest consulting firm and the premier firm for IT strategy and consulting. His team is responsible for providing mission-critical cybersecurity services to clients worldwide. He is a global thought leader, a sought-after speaker. He holds a Master of Technology from the Indian Institute of Technology, and Arun recently completed Top Line Talent. And Arun, thank you so very much for joining us today. What was your experience with Top Line Talent?
So first of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Watts for inviting me for this session. It's my pleasure to share my experiences of taking this course. In fact, I completed TLT course recently, and at overall level, I found this course very transformative, which had immense positive impact on my personal as well as professional life. In fact, I was deeply impressed by Dr. Watts' extensive experience and background working with top leaders across the globe, and every coaching session which I had with him that invoked tremendous thinking in my mind to look at the world differently around me. When I reflect back on TLT, some of the key points that comes to my mind are like I was able to understand the natural strength of my intrinsic capabilities very clearly, and also how I can apply my core strength to establish the relationships with my clients and impact success in my business. I realized that before taking this course, I was operating with an Indian mindset, okay, where I was culturally taught to go for personal success or achievement. And through this course, I learned how to leverage Western values, which is more focused on collaborative achievement. So I was able to clearly understand the East and West leadership values, and then how to leverage it for a greater success in my professional career. During the course, I also built an understanding of different personality types, how different personalities they process information, and some of the key things which I really liked were related to active listening, emotional resiliency, and how to ask strategic questions, which can be really the game changer. So at the overall level, okay, this course certainly helped me in building better relationship with my clients, and I could see a significant improvement in my business result. So, I can clearly say that TLT helped me change my mindset, and I moved from individual mindset to a very collaborative mindset. So that's what I'd like to say, Dr. Watts.
Arun, thank you so very much for that insightful commentary. And it is true that developing a more global mindset is necessary in today's economy. Sam, you are the best I've ever seen in terms of seeing things from multiple cultural perspective, multiple personality perspective. How did you develop your global sales skills? Because you're all over the world selling ideas.